The star of today's video is going to be a review on the items contained in these boxes. So let's get ourselves some tools to open them and see what we have. Bought this with my own money, so the review will be unbiased. Baby oil? What are we doing here? This could go sideways quick, couldn't it? Smoke leak detector. This guy. I might just keep that box because it's nicely labeled, so when I set it aside I can find it again. This is not something you will need every day. This is a once in a while tool. And admittedly the first one I've ever had, so. Some cords, some adapters, hose, lots of more adapters. All these are individual pieces. Aww. Alright, I'm going to look over it a little bit off camera, and I'll bring you back when I get a little more onto making this a video that has some flow to it, because otherwise it'll just be me fumbling with parts. Found this hook, this little thumb screw. That one's obvious. And then back here, smoke output. But it's already got something on there. This is a short one. I guess this is the one you use for most things. Stick that over there. Give that a hand crank. It's not going anywhere, I'm sure. Looks like another hook. Yep. "12-volt power supply." They assume you're using this for automotive, cars, machinery that runs on 12 volt. which is what I have exclusively. Unless you're doing heavy trucks, you'll probably have the same, which run on 24 volt. And as far as I know, we put our BB oil, which makes the smoke, in there, and the funnel can't even hold itself. Okay. Got a bottle here, measures it out. So just in the effort of not dirtying up another bottle, I'll just take this and pour it right in. Now I guess I could have seen how much it should take. I'll put in that much. Okay, I think we're ready to make smoke, but we got to get some adapters set up on the thing we're trying to test. What I'm going to be testing is a Case Ingersoll 448 high drive tractor, and in particular what I'm trying to test is the intake manifold. These have a two-piece intake manifold that is literally riveted together, and they're known for leaking. I have a suspicion this one could be leaking, so this is the perfect thing. This is why I bought the tool. Yeah, I already got some of this stuff loose previously. We're gonna try to adapt onto this somehow, get some smoke to go down that carburetor bowl, and we shouldn't see it coming out like over here. And I've got you out of the shot there where I'm pointing. We shouldn't, that intake manifold comes over here, and the other one is right over here, and we shouldn't see any smoke coming down those two. It's basically about the size of a paint stir stick, left and right, maybe a foot long, foot and a half. And we shouldn't see any smoke coming out anywhere except probably right here is where I would expect to see it if we get a leak there. So what the kit has with it is all these different block off plates that you could poke into things that you want to seal off, intake manifolds, things like that. These two, I'm not exactly sure what they are, to be honest with you. This thing, again, you could stick it like in a big intake manifold on a car. It's tapered. This one here goes in to something, and then as I pump this ball, this is getting bigger to seal up some passage somewhere. So I've just got to look through to see. They've got all different ones. They've got this one that goes straight in, like to a hose or something you could do. All sorts of different ways to connect things. And you can make your own adapters, of course, little ones, big ones. So I just have to see how I need to get something attached to the intake over the carburetor on this particular machine. Quick note, I just realized what these are. Replacements for that, in case you blow one up, I guess. Good to know. So I guess I should quickly show you what I'm expecting to see there. By the way, this has its own pump inside. You don't need shop air, which is why I bought this one, because I'm out here and I don't have shop air. This one has a flow meter and a pressure gauge. Some of the others, the most inexpensive ones, don't have any of those, and it just blows smoke. That'll work too, but I want to actually see how big of a leak I have. That's what these gauges will get us, is are we flowing air, or is it a perfect seal? This will tell us flow pressure. So what I've done on this machine is to get this ready for testing, I want to check the carburetor, and the carburetor, which now is empty because I ran the machine, all the fuel's out of it. So the float bowl is down. That means it will take any amount of, it'll take smoke in, because the float's down, it's letting smoke through the fuel pump now, through the, hopefully through the fuel pump, and through the carburetor intake. Now, we're not going to get a perfect seal here. We're going to lose all our smoke. That's closed, but it doesn't seal 100%. So we're going to have to kind of maybe hold that or figure out something for that to block that off. And I just went through and tried to find something, and this is a good block off plate that looks like it'll just get us by there. Perfect. I got the positive and the negative attached there. Now let's go to the machine. We could hear our power indicator is lit. We could hear our pump has started. And I got the smoke mode on. We got smoke already. See that little ball in there? If I go up or down, I could give it a lot of smoke or a little bit of smoke. And that's kind of cool, because maybe if it was blowing out real bad somewhere, you would want to really lower that. So that's kind of cool that it's adjustable too. And I think you could go just air. No? Oh, there we go. I think that's just air. It should stop here in a minute if that's true. Yep, it's getting a little less. But we want smoke. Takes a minute for it to get going, but once she goes, she rolls pretty good. I'm gonna just put it right there. 3. I don't know. I don't know what's the right way. Oh, I didn't need that adapter. Okay, going down. Follow me down here. We're gonna put this in the fuel line going into the carburetor. And now anywhere that fuel would go, there we go. We already got some coming up through the carburetor, as we would expect. And I have that hole there, which I'm gonna have to block off separately. I can see. I'll just move the thing over a little bit. Okay, now let's search for some leaks. We got some random smoke coming around the carburetor here, which is to be expected, because I don't have a perfect seal there and I'm not pushing on it. But let's see. This is the part of the intake manifold that goes down. I don't see any there. We're going across. It's this piece. Ouch, that's hot. Everything I'm seeing is coming out of here. Good. Come around to the other side. This is what we're looking at. A piece with the piece sticking out. It goes under here. It's that black thing now. Some of this stuff, it likes to focus on this rather than what I need. And I do not see any leaks where it shouldn't be. Go to the carburetor base there, where the base of the carburetor meets the intake manifold. We look good there. Nice. Now I got you back here, so I'm going to push on this to get a really good seal there. And we could see our throttle shaft down there, where that throttle shaft goes in. We got a little vacuum leak there for sure. So there you go. That's something. It doesn't leak fluid, but it does leak air. Pretty interesting. So yeah, it'll work for finding leaks. Pretty good. I assume you should turn the smoke off first to let it cool down. But yeah, that produces plenty of smoke. Pretty good. I just want to test the blue. The inner one is PSI. I just want to see how much it'll do if we deadhead the thing here. 10, 15, like 20. It's actually hard to hold it back. That's a lot for a little pump like that, which I assume is a little pump in there. That's more than enough to find any leak, because mine was finding a leak at 0 psi. I mean, if it's flowing out of there, you're gonna know. Pretty cool. Just something I noticed when I took it out. Well, first of all, you can unplug this, which is cool. The DC, you don't have to leave it plugged in, because it makes it easy to bring these to the vehicle, get it set up. We have a minimum and maximum there, so I had guessed just about right. That's your oil drain. I guess you can drain it out when you're done too. So that completes my review on the smoke leak detector. I think it performed exactly how it should have, with minimal setup time. And the only thing I wish for this machine is if they would have made a cabinet that I could. I mean, it would get less portable though and less easy to move around. But if they could make a cabinet that would hold all these supplies that go with it, with the machine, because I could see this getting set somewhere and this getting set somewhere, and then you don't have it all together and you go to grab it. Um, that's the only knock I have for it. Other than that, it performed exactly how it should. By the way, it is supposed to make, I just found it, 19 psi. It did that. DC voltage 12. Well, of course, that's what we used. So that part is easy. I love the adjustability that you could adjust the volume of smoke, and the pressure gauge is working. And on my application, it read 0 the whole time because we didn't have an enclosed system. We weren't trying to do a fuel tank or something that had to be 100% sealed. It was okay if it was leaking out the top a little bit in our test here today. But does it do what it's supposed to do? Yeah. It's got the features I wanted, which was both gauges. This turned out to be, I didn't realize this was adjustable in addition to, that would give you the amount of flow that it's sending. So that's really cool. Anyway, pretty impressed for the price that I paid. A definite value. You can make your own. Um, I've seen people put a soldering iron inside of a mason jar, and there's all kind. But this thing comes with all the adapters and everything. You're not going to have all those little plugs and adapters and all the hose that it comes with and everything. You could barely build this for the price they're charging. So I got to say that one gets a Wildwood certification from me. Thanks for watching. If you like videos like this about me out here working on stuff, if you would like to support the channel in a greater way, go down to the S with the heart. It's the super thanks box. If you click on that, if you have the means, and only if you have the means, if you want to donate some money to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.